Good morning, children. I'm Kunal sir. I'm going to take your English class. Today we'll discuss the first chapter, the three questions. Class 7. It's from the HONEYCOMB book. The summary of the chapter. The three questions it shows the moral values in our lives. Here, the story is about a king's mission. What is the king's mission? That is being described here. Once there was a king who thought that to be a successful ruler, he must know the answer of the three questions. What were the three questions? The first questions was what is the right time to begin something? Number 2, which people should he listen to? Number 3, what is the most important things for him to do? To know these answers, to know the answer of this question, he visited to the wise men and he tried to know the solution. The wise men and their solution were different. The king sent messenger in all directions to find people who could answer these questions. Many wise came, the many scholars came, but their answers were all different. For the first question, someone of them felt that the king should follow a timetable, while there were others who felt that it is not possible to decide the right time for doing something in advance because no one knows the future. Similarly, for the second question, some wise men said that the king should follow his counselor, while others thought it was the priest whom the king should listen to them. Then there were those who felt that it was the doctor the king should obey, while there were many in favor of soldiers. For the third question, some wise men said science should be the highest top priority for the king, while others said religion. Then he visited to the hermit. While he was going to the hermit, he was informed that hermit only received the common people. That's why he wore simple clothes and went there on horse, but he came down from the horse far behind the hermit's hut. The king was not satisfied with these answers as they were so different for each other. He did not give any reward as he had announced reward to give to those who will give the answer of his three questions. Then he reached to the hermit who lived in the forest. The hermit will see only the ordinary people, as I have told earlier. So the king dressed up like a normal person, like a normal man, leaving behind his horse and bodyguard, and went to the hermit's hut alone. The hermit was an old man and was busy in digging the ground in front of his house. The king told the hermit that he has come in search of some questions answered and repeated them the questions. The hermit did not respond and continued digging out the ground. Some time passed and the king, seeing the hermit to be tired, offered his help. The king saw that hermit by digging the ground he was tired and tried to help him. The king continued digging the ground till evening. In the evening, the king again requested the hermit to answer his questions. But at that moment, someone came running toward the hermit's hut. The king then went to look for the hermit, who was sowing seeds. Sowing means putting seeds in the ground that they have dug the day before. One day had passed. He requested the hermit for the last time to answer his questions. To this hermit replied that the king has already found the answers. If he would not have pited hermit's condition the day before, then the man would have attacked him on his way and he might have lost his life. How did the hermit give the first answer? The first answer he gave that the right time to save anyone on the crucial time, the crucial situation, the critical situation. So, the most important time was when he was digging the bed to sow the seeds, and hermit was the most important man. Now, then a man came running towards them with a hand on his wounded stomach. He was wounded, he was attacked by someone. The king cleaned the wound and dressed the wound, controlling the flow of the blood. The man felt better and asked for some water. The hermit and the king took the man inside the house, hermit's house. It was in jungle. The man was lying quite inside the house, and the tired king too felt asleep on the ground. As he was tired, he was digging out the ground. In the morning, when the king opened his eyes, he saw the wounded man asking for forgiveness. Forgiveness, maaf karna. The man told the king that he had come to take revenge from the king, because the king had killed his brother. The king had killed his brother earlier, before that, and had taken away all his property. He wanted to kill the king while returning from the hermit's place. He had decided to kill the king. But the king's bodyguard found him and wounded him. He would have died if the king would not have helped. As he was coming, the king's bodyguards were there on patrolling, as they had gone. And as soon as they found that the wounded man is going to kill the king, they had killed him already. He regretted his thoughts of killing the king and promised to be faithful servant. The king was pleased to turn his enemy into a friend. He forgave him and returned all his property. When the wounded man arrived, the most important time was when he was caring for him. When a person is in critical situation, if you are helping, that is the right time. And that is the most important man. Now, so at that moment, the wounded man was the most important man, and nursing him was the most important business. The hermit said to the man that the most important time is now, because it is only time when we have the power to act. The most important person at a particular moment is we ourselves, because the future is unknown to all of us and there is always an uncertainty about meeting anyone else. The most important job is to do good to others, because we have been sent to this world for the noble cause. if as a human being, if we are not helping others, that we are not human being. As a human being, the right person is the person to whom you are helping, yeah, a person who is helping you. Okay, so this is the summary of the first chapter, the 3 questions. I hope all of you have understood. Thank you.